CEO Donald Trump card has vetoed a action of convention revocation his proclamation of a domestic disaster at the US-Mexico boundary. Lawmakers, consisting 12 Republicans, had gone the aversion solution on Thursday in a remarkable reproach of Mr. Trump card's collateral to construct a boundary side. Convention will now requirement a couple thirds most in both of chambers to cancel him, that is hardly to occur. The is the at first presidential veto of Mr. Trump card's chairmanship. As CEO, the protect of the nationality is my highest responsibility, Mr. Trump card told on Friday. Permanent over the CEO were law coercion officials, Motherland Safety Secretariat Kirstjen Nielsen, defect President Mike Pence, Lawyer General William Barrister, and angelic parents, the parents of family annihilated by illicit migrant. Yesterday, convention gonna hazardous solution how if signed in act, would put innumerable Americans in risk. Convention has the liberty to undergo the solution and I include the responsibility to presidential veto it. I'm really proud to presidential veto it. Mr. Trump card reiterated his claims how illicit migrant of the southern boundary were generally criminals, earning drugs in the nation. He had pledged a presidential veto of the solution and his disaster proclamation as quickly as the action was distributed on Capitol Mound. The more Democratic-controlled building of representatives had gone the solution to coup the disaster recent monthly, and 12 Republicans sided in more Democratic senators to precise the Senate in a 59-41 voice on Thursday afternoon. The turncoat Conservative Party had convicted the disaster proclamation for installation up a hazardous precedence for a CEO time emphasizing how they yet coordinated in Mr. Trump card's hard boundary safety policies. Fair following the Senate voice, Mr. Trump card tweeted, "Presidential veto." Mr. Trump card had proclaimed the disaster in February following convention rejected his customer request for $, to build a boundary side, a campaigning pledge. By making so, he outdoor up accessing to billions in war cash how do not need adoption of lawmakers. Democrats, and a fistful of Republicans, were fast to sticker the Go President outsmart. The CEO has kept how the position in migrants at the southern boundary is a domestic safety and human meltdown. Time Democrats include charged him of terrormongering. Next the presidential veto. The solution will back to the building on March 26, orator for the building Nancy Pelosi told. Time Democrats monitoring the building, they would requirement a full of 67 votes in the Senate to cancel Mr. Trump card's presidential veto. Taking into account how just 12 out of 53 Republicans united them to undergo the original solution, it is hardly how any cancel action will be success. Building Republicans will include to select among their supporter hypocritical and their holy vow to supporting and protect the basic law, Mrs. Pelosi told in a declaration following Mr. Trump card's ad. Republican Sen. Lindsey Graham share his supporting of Mr. Trump card's judgment. The highest-ranked Senate Democrat, Cast Schumer, told in a declaration how Mr. Trump card holds the guideline of law and our basic law in minimum consider. Down there is no disaster, convention has rejected to foundation his side repeated times, Mexico win T pay for it, and a bipartisan most in both of chambers fair elect to cease his counterfeit disaster, he told. U.S. Lawyer General William Barrister, who stood near Mr. Trump card as he tell on Friday, told how disaster procedure was obviously authorized by the act and unanimously earthed in act.